I think it's more about the mindset.
Yeah.
You should always be saving at least 10 to 20% of what you earn. That while I was pregnant, we started doing monthly SIPs, right? Agency is more than just managing clients. All those conversations actually started happening once, that trust was built. I think that is very important, especially in marriage. Being prepared as a couple is very important.
Financial independence should be a subject about women.
Should not be CBSE. The reason is that we visited minimum 30 schools in Noida. A relationship is about, not defining the roles. If you are helping your wife, you are being called Joru ka gulam. That thinking needs to change.
Hello everyone. Today we are in talks with LinkedIn expert, personal branding strategist, mom, agency owner and whatnot, Vagisha Arora. Alright, hi Vagisha, how are you?
Hi, I'm doing great.
Alright, let's start with talking about your past. How have your journey been?
It's been a great roller coaster journey, I would say, but I'm proud of what I am today. It started with doing job in Accenture for good 2 years, and my end client was Google, so I was living my dream life. But then very soon in my career, I decided that, this is not my cup of tea. I really want to do something of my own. And that is when I started doing freelancing full-fledgedly, and I turned into a full-time freelancer. From there, I took again a leap of faith, and now I have transitioned from being a freelancer to having my own agency with
Amazing.
10 people in my team right now.
Amazing. And you are also a LinkedIn content writer, right? With a lot of followers.
Yeah, that is how the journey started, you could say, when I started writing on LinkedIn around 8 years back, and I found my piece of soul there, right? And yeah, I would say that is one thing I did right in my career, I started writing my thoughts on the platform, and that is how I attracted the right people, right networking opportunities, right collaboration opportunities, and yes, the community building more than followers.
Amazing. So let's talk about your schooling days. What exactly you were doing at that time? What were your hobbies? Where did you focus more on? Were you interested in marketing, finances? Did you had any discussions related to education?
Right. So the journey was more where I was an introvert, so I would not like to speak a lot. And my profession is totally opposite now. It's contrary to what I was in my school. And I would say during that time, I was more focused in, reading and writing. I would say that was my passion back in school days as well. Because I had imbibed that habit from my father, who would every morning get up and, I would see a newspaper in his hand, and he would always encourage us to, speak well and, to become, I would say, to learn the language in a good way. So that is where I think I imbibed that quality from him. And coming to numbers, I sucked at it, though I am a commerce background student, but I really hated maths and accounts, so numbers were never my cup of tea. And yeah, that's about it.
You mentioned that you're inspired with your father, right? Tell me more about you, your father, your relationship with him, and your family.
Sure. So I belong to a lower middle class family, right? And I was grown up with those values that, you have to save money. Like, paisa ped pe nahi ugta hai sort of thinking. And I think I was we were not demanding kids. I have my sister also. We were not very demanding kids. And we knew, how we could actually help our parents, wherever we could, in whatever ways we could, to save money, right? So that is the mindset I have, and that has stayed with me for a while now, and now I'm growing out of it. But yeah, that is all.
So you used to have financial discussion parents के बीच में आप sister?
Yeah, we
something?
used to hear all those
Mhm.
things. So, as I told you, I belong to a lower middle class
Mhm.
family. So, those conversations were very much a part of our day to day conversations. And, I would say that there were days, and which, I have seen my parents save money, right? Where every penny mattered. I have seen those days as well.
Mhm.
And they, used to tell us about their past life, like the early life before we were born, that, how they used to borrow money from their friends just to, both of them are government officials. Like my mother is a teacher, my father is in government sector, right? So we understood the importance of money from a very early age. And I think that's a very good thing because it taught me the value of money, right? I would not splurge a lot of money at that time. Even with our education, our demands, we lived with very limited resources. So yeah, that's all.
You are also a parent now, and I'm sure you have learned a lot from your parents. So, any financial hacks that you still apply?
I feel that as a mother, I would not want my kid to be given the liberty of spending a lot of money, though we can afford it, right? Because I feel as parents we have to be responsible for how our kids utilize the resources, and they should always feel that we would only get something when we deserve it, not like every other day. So I want that luxury of money to stay at least till she grows up. That is the mindset I want her to grow with. So I think it's more about the mindset,
Yeah,
right? Rather than anything else, because leaving that security was not the easy part. But I would say don't lose faith, or I would say don't be very impulsive with your decision making, right? I was building on that. It took me 2 years to make that decision, and I had a solid backing in terms of my clientele and the people I was working, and then I took that decision. Because what happens many times, people take those decisions impulsively, and then they end up losing a lot, right? Financial security, I think, is very important in such cases, right? So you have to plan how your 6 months would look like without money. If you can do that planning, if you have that safety net around you, then go ahead.
Absolutely. I think it might have taken a lot of faith and trust on yourself first, that I want to drop this and do something on my own. Also, you said that you planned something. You had a 6-month plan that if I'm not going to do a job, what was that plan?
Yeah, sure. So, while I was in my job, even though my salary was not a lot, but I was saving certain chunks every month, right? Being, having that mindset where I was feeded, or, that thing that you have to save money. So I was saving at that time, right? So I had certain savings that even if, things go haywire, which they did after I started freelancing, I had a backup. I had my finances planned in a good way, right? That even if I don't have any clients, say any month, it didn't happen, God forbid. But if it would have, I had that backing that I could go up to. I didn't want to depend on my
Amazing. So can you let our audience know, in case say somebody have a 10,000 rupees salary, how should they start saving, and when they should start saving?
All right. So I feel that you should always be saving at least 10 to 20% of what you earn, right? Even if the amount is small, I think that really helps. Even at this stage, like me and my husband, this is something I'm very proud of, that while I was pregnant, we started doing monthly SIPs, right? We started saving for our kids' future, right? And because I think that security is needed in today's world, especially when I'm running an agency, right? And he's in a job, we needed some sort of security for our kid, right? So we took that decision very early, and it has really helped us.
You mentioned that you and your husband both started investing for your daughter, And how old is she, by the way?
She's just 3.5 years old right now.
Okay. And how does it look like in terms of work? How do you manage everything? Because she's very young, you have an agency, he has to go to job.
Right. So I think it's more about getting out of that mindset of being a mother, right?
Mhm.
I think most of the women today in India leave their jobs to take care of their kids because they are indoctrinated with those thoughts that you are a mother, you have to take care of the kid, you have to nurture, you have to take care.
Mhm.
But I think with times things are changing, and that's for good. That once you're able to get out of that guilt mindset which we are feeded with, right, you are able to make the right decisions. You
Mhm.
are able to spend time with your child, right? I also feel that it's more about the quality of time you spend with your kid rather than the quantity of time, right?
Mhm.
So managing it well. Agency is more than just managing clients. It's also about your personal brand. It's also about the speaking opportunities you get. It's also about writing content. It's
Mhm.
also about engaging with your audience. It's also about taking client feedbacks. So all those things, have to be managed even if you have a team
Mhm.
holding your hand. So yeah.
I think there's already a lot in your plate and you're doing it well. So you said that your daughter is in preschool right now and soon she'll start her primary education. Excited about that?
Very excited.
And financially, since you started planning before she was born, I think you're already ready. But do you have any take, or do you and your husband have a discussion around how things are gonna be after she comes into primary education and how you're going to plan financially because of inflation and everything? How you're gonna manage there?
Yes, we have taken into account the education inflation while managing our finances. We actually are investing very actively in SIPs. So we have a monthly SIP corpus which we are planning, and apart from that we have a separate fund for Pranya, and I think we will be able to sail through that.
Okay. I think you have mentioned SIPs twice, and also you said that you have a separate fund for her. Do you want to break it down for our audience to understand how you're managing your finances better?
Basically, we have 4 types of funds, you could say. One is the travel thing, right? We love to travel. We both love to travel. So one fund is for that. One is something which we have planned after we turn 50, 60, like after the retirement age. So retirement fund sort of a thing. Then the third thing we have is we are planning for her education and marriage. So that is the third important fund. And then fourth is the emergency fund, which is more like, if something happens, something we are not prepared about, then, that is how we have broken it down. And so mostly that part is taken care of by my husband. I am more into just growing, expanding my business, so he takes care of all these things. He understands finances in a much better way than I do. So yeah, I just follow his advice.
Amazing. And I think you and your husband seems very clear about the kind of investments that you want to make or the places where you want to save. Had you had these discussions before marriage, or you discussed as a couple?
We discussed as a couple, and that happened after 3-4 months down the marriage, when we felt we could trust each other more, right? Then we also had a joint account. Then we were also planning for our PPF, right? We were saving a certain percentage every year in that fund also. We're putting it in that fund also. All those conversations actually started happening once that trust was built. I think that is very important, especially in marriage, and especially with the kind of things we see happening around right now. So yeah, that's all.
I think it's very important to have these financial discussions with your partner, especially as you mentioned the things that has been going around. So I'm sure you might have faced some disturbances as well. Like you might have had some arguments as well about finances or related to this. Let us know, what was it before the child was there and after she was born?
I think nothing has changed. I still have more saving mindset, though it's not the way it was before marriage. It has changed, obviously, but still I have that thing in mind. But it's very contrary. So my husband loves splurging money, and
Mhm.
if he's watching this, then sorry for saying this. So he would not think much before spending the money. And uh, uh, actually we are totally opposite, if you see, in this case especially. But one thing is common, that we both want to save. So
Mhm.
he's of the mindset that, yeah, live the life, okay, ek hi baar milti hai zindagi, so spend it, okay. And I am of the mindset ki, yeah, theek hai, but let's think before we spend, right?
Mhm.
So mostly, he is the one who is taking care of the trips part and stuff, right? Because he really likes those things, and I am the one who is taking care of the other responsibilities. Could be household, could be other things. So that demarcation we have, that where he is going to spend and where I'm going to spend, and that kind of trust we have. So yeah, it's going fine till now.
As a couple, healthy financial discussions are really important.
Absolutely. I mean, at the end, you are planning your family's future, right?
Mhm.
You are also planning for things that you might not want to happen. So being prepared as a couple is very important.
Mhm.
And also, having that discussion where like there are no like money should not come in between a relationship, right? That is what I believe in. And very, very honestly, I also feel that uh, I have grown with that mindset that I would not burden anyone, or I should be the one who should be taking care of myself, my finances, right? So I don't really like to put that burden on my husband, nor I try to put that burden on my father, right? And I think as girls, this is something we should be taught.
I think you also have a daughter and you are gonna teach her these things as well.
Right, that's the plan.
Amazing. And then financial independence should be a subject about women.
Yeah, I think so.
Mhm.
Because though the times are changing, and the dynamics, the gender dynamics is evolving,
Mhm.
but at the same time, I feel that before marriage, what happens is that the father, the head of the family, he's taking care of all these things, right? And then after the marriage, you somehow are having these discussions with your husband, okay? And most of the times, women are not very aware of how to invest, what to invest, and
Mhm.
all these things, right? Like even I told you that I like to discuss these things with my husband, and I like to leave it to him.
Mhm.
So I think that thinking has to change over a period of time, and I'm also learning. And I really want that, especially for Pranya, my kid, I teach her these things from very start of maybe when she's just 5 or 6. She has to manage maybe her desires, maybe her whatever it is, in the limited amount we give to her every month. I want her to be a good saver. At the same time, I want her to be more independent financially, making those decisions where where to spend, where not to spend, how to save, and all those things. I really want to educate my child from the very early age.
Mhm. I think investment on the education part is also important, wherein we are teaching kids about how to manage these things on their own, right? So, have
Right.
you started looking for the schools for her?
Yeah. She has already been admitted in one of
All
the
right.
schools.
Which board? I'm sure you had a discussion about which board we want to go for, because there
Yeah.
are so many.
Many experts were also like that, the CBSE board, the CBSE curriculum is more towards old style of learning.
Mhm.
Okay. And then we didn't go ahead with IB also, because we are not very sure if we really want her to go abroad at this point.
Mhm.
But we have gone ahead with IGCSE board, which is you could say a very good combination of CBSE plus Cambridge
Mhm.
curriculum, right? And also gives her a peep into the IB board. So that is what we have selected for her.
Mhm.
And this happened after we visited minimum 30 schools in Noida. It was a project for both of us. Every day we would cover three to four schools. And yeah, let's see. I mean, we have tried to make the best decision we could.
What exactly you looked for in a school? How did you choose that particular one?
So for me and for my husband, the first focus, the main focus was innovative style of learning, right? Because we want her to have hands-on experience of, dealing with certain things in life. Like, it's not like ABC, right? So it's not just about, what you are learning, but also what you are imbibing. That is very important.
Would you like to share the structure of the school fees for her?
So basically, right now we are doing two things for her. One would be her school fee, which we have planned for. One would be her extracurricular activities, which we have planned for. Right now, also, she's going to one of the classes, which is more related to, I would say, brain activity, sort of a thing. And coming to the school fee, it's around 25,000 a month. And if you calculate that quarterly, it's around 75,000. And with extracurricular and everything, miscellaneous expenses which we are taking into consideration, it would turn out to be somewhere around 1 lakh.
आपको भी अपने एज अ पेरेंट आप अपने पेरेंट्स से कभी कंपेयर करते हो कि हाउ दे वर डीलिंग विद दीज सिचुएशंस थिंग्स दैट इज हैपनिंग राइट नाउ एंड हाउ यू आर डीलिंग विद दैट?
A lot of times. मतलब it's like कि, when you become a parent, you actually are able to step in the shoes of your parents and understand in a very different way, right? So things have definitely changed for me also. I actually value my parents more after marriage because I see I might have taken them for granted at so many levels, right? So
पेरेंट्स यूज्ड टू से कि मम्मी बनोगी तब पता चलेगा, अब शायद आपको पता चल रहा होगा
actually.
All right, and what about the changes? अभी कुछ changes हुए हैं once you became a mother? Obviously emotionally, physically जो changes हैं, उसके अलावा भी like now you have a daughter, you have more responsibility, you have an agency, you are also a wife, you have to take care of yourself, so many things.
Right. So I would say it's about how you discipline yourself. And I think I am abhi bhi lacking in that part, but I'm trying to cope up because I was not planned for Pranya. So something we didn't plan for, okay? And it happened just 2 to 3 months after the marriage. So was very overwhelming for me to become a mother because I was more career driven. I was more focused on, how I'm going to get my next paycheck from what client. And then this happened. But I think ambitiousness is one thing that has stayed with me for whatever time, because from the very young age, both of us, both me and my sister, we had that mindset that we have to support. We don't have to burden our parents, right? And we also had that mindset where our parents wanted us to become self-independent, self-reliant. It was not about, you are girls, so you have to get married at a very early age. So I think that has been a very good thing for us. And also, coping with the mindset where I wanted to leave my job and start something of my own, and the support of my parents, the backing I had. Again, everything boils down to them in many ways. Especially my mother. I have seen her, managing both the worlds so beautifully. Like I still struggle, but I really, really, really appreciate her for everything she has done for us while doing her teaching job, not leaving her profession. So I have grown seeing her, as a working woman, and I've seen her balancing both the worlds so beautifully. Here I have the flexibility, but she didn't have that flexibility, right? You have to get up in the morning, and I think that discipline is something I need to imbibe from her. And I really want to thank, and I also want to tell you how important the role of a husband, a father is in this parenting journey, because he has been my support system. He has been there standing with me if I have events to cover, or I have these networking events as well, I need to keep upbeat with the personal branding thing as well,
Mhm.
right? Client meetings, anything. He's the one I can give my 100% to. I can trust. I also suffered from postpartum depression
Mhm.
after Pranya was born, because firstly she was born in COVID times also, so there was a lot of things. There were a lot of things that were in my mind at that time,
Mhm.
and I think I have been able to sail through because I had a very strong support system, including my parents. So that ways, I think as a woman, if you have to thrive, as a mother you have to thrive, you really need supportive people around,
Mm.
supportive friends around, people you can talk to, people you can share your things with, right? That is very important.
I think a lot of men out there are taking notes about how you should be a supportive partner. Then please share a little bit more about your husband. What is his day to day routine, and how is he supporting you?
All right. So, actually, I have, always seen my husband a replica of my father in many ways,
Mhm.
and I'm lucky to say that. Uh, so, I have seen my father support my mother in every facet
Mhm.
in household duties, right? He would be cooking the food, cooking our favorite food, right? And that is something I love about my childhood. I have so many fond memories
Mhm.
to share here, which actually show that love and respect is what tops a relationship. And I have seen them both go hand in hand through every obstacle, through every difficulty, because my father was very supportive and very caring towards my mother. So I think that part is very important in a relationship, because a relationship is about not defining the roles,
Mhm.
where if you are helping your wife you are being called Joru ka gulam.
Mhm.
That thinking needs to change, and that is eventually changing. Men are evolving, and I'm happy to see that change in the society.
डेफिनेटली आई थिंक अभी भी इवन दो इतना ज़्यादा इक्वालिटी का सब कुछ चल रहा है उसके बाद भी काफ़ी सारे घरों में ये सब चीज़ें होती है सो डू यू हैव एनी एडवाइस फॉर पीपल हु आर गोइंग टू गेट मैरिड और पीपल हु आर गोइंग एक्सपेक्टिंग अ चाइल्ड एनी एडवाइस फॉर देम
So people who are going to get married, my advice to them would be that be financially independent before you take that decision, especially as a girl, because what you earn reflects in your confidence, and it is very important aspect of your personality. So when you start earning, when you can manage your own finances, you have a different kind of independence, which I think nothing else can give you in life. So that is very important. Even if you're marrying in a business family, or whatever family background, whatever how rich the guy is, being self reliable, being self independent.
एंड प्राण्या इज इन डे केयर राइट नाउ
Yeah, she goes to the daycare.
व्हेन डिड यू स्टार्ट डे केयर फॉर हर
So we started that very early. She was just 1 year, 3 months old, around 15 months, when we took that decision as parents, and had a lot of opposition from nearby, from from relatives, from close ones. But then one thing was very clear. I would not be a sacrificial mother. I cannot, be taking care of her when I am not happy. Right. I wanted that liberated self, so I could take care of her well, and I could be more happier. I think that is very important as mothers, because we are taught to be more meek, submissive, sacrificial, uh, being selfless. But I'm proud I'm not that kind of a mother, because otherwise I would not be happy. And I don't want regrets in life, that you I don't want to say to my kid, or uh, at any stage in my life, that I could not do this because you were there.
That's a big
So
thing.
yeah, I wanted to continue my journey of being what I am while taking care of her.
daycare is actually very helpful for a parent. There
Yeah,
are a
very
lot of
helpful, very helpful. Pranya has become very independent.
Mhm.
She is socializing. She is learning a lot of things. She
Mhm.
could scribble when she was just 17, 18 months.
Mhm.
She could paint at that time, and she can dance so well. I think all those things have come to her because she was in a peer group. She learned to eat.
Mhm.
And I think uh, as parents, sometimes we are very apprehensive of sending our kids to
Mm.
daycare. But I think in my case, it has been life changing. It has saved my career,
Mhm.
and it has saved so many hassles which I would have faced if I would not have opted for that option.
Since you have shared a lot about your career, and it seems like that you have plans for her as well. Do you have any plans, future plans that you and your husband discussed?
I am a bit biased. I want her to have something of her own,
Mhm.
but at the same time, it's not very bounding.
Mhm.
I really want her to follow her heart like I did. I want her to follow her passions. I want her to become whatever she wants to,
Mhm.
and she would always have my support, because that is how it has been with me. My parents have been with me throughout the journey, right?
Mhm.
And they have been very supportive. I was not a very good student at school in terms of studies.
Mhm.
I was an average student, right? But they were not like, कि आपके इतने मार्क्स क्यों आ रहे हैं, इस बच्चे के तो इतने आ रहे हैं. They were never comparing me with others.
Mhm.
I think that gave me the courage to do something of my own. So I think that confidence has to be built in a kid
Mhm.
from a very early age, and I'm
Mhm.
trying to do that. I really want her to become whatever she wants to.
In terms of education, do you want to send her abroad?
There are no such plans. However, I would be totally open to whatever she would want to do with
Mhm.
her life. I think that, in India, we parents have this habit of holding our kids
Mhm.
even after they are married. But I really want her to, take whatever direction she wants to. Like, I don't want to be a parent who holds back their kid just because, uh, you need them.
Mm.
I want her to fly and fly higher.
All right, thank you so much for sharing all these things. Now we will be moving towards quick fire round where I'll ask you questions and you have to answer quickly. Ready?
Ready.
Although you are the saver in between your partner and yourself, but any impulsive buying that you have done for your child?
No, now I like to splurge. But still, yeah, one. So I invested in a 25,000 course when my kid was just 6 months old.
Mhm.
Those were those booster cards and play cards which I invested in, which we did, which actually helped her. But I don't think it was worth 25,000, and my husband still points that out to me often. So yeah, that's it.
I'm sure after having a kid, you would have gotten so many advice related to finances specifically. So, best advice that you want to share with our audience?
Best advice is save prudently,
Mhm.
invest prudently, because that goes a long way. You don't know, life is unpredictable, your job is unpredictable, your business is unpredictable. So you need to be prepared for all those eventualities while planning for your kid.
Mhm. And the worst advice?
Worst advice could be sending your kid to the best of the schools
Mhm.
without financially planning for it.
Mm. And what's that one money habit that, since you learned a lot from your father, what's that one money habit that you want your child to learn as well?
That you should have enough to satisfy your need, but not enough to satisfy your greed.
What's that one financial mistake? One financial mistake that you have done yourself, or you have seen other parents doing with their child.
I think it is spoiling their kid with a lot of things, giving them a lot of luxuries of life. I think there should be a demarcation where kids should know, this is not what they're going to get just because they asked for it. That is very important. So I will share something which some people might be able to relate to. तो मतलब मैं और मतलब हमारी मासी की फैमिली वी यूज टू डू ट्रिप्स वेरी ऑफन. तो हम एक बार ऐसे ही वी यूज टू गो, जैसे शिमला वगैरह गए. तो क्या होता था कि मेरी जो 2 कजिन्स थी, तो हम मॉल रोड पे जैसे जा रहे हैं, ठीक है, तो दे वुड सी थिंग्स अराउंड, यू नो, दे वुड बी बैंगल्स, दे वुड बी इयररिंग्स, दे वुड बी टॉयज. तो दे वुड यू नो just ask for it, and they would just lie down on ground कि भाई हमें तो लेके दो, हमें तो लेके दो. And me and my sister, we used to look at our mother. What we used to do, she would just do once, you know, like this, and then we would pick those things. Okay, we would play with them, and then we would keep it back. We know कि हमें ये नहीं मिलेगी अभी, हम जितना भी कुछ भी कर ले, तो we had that thing कि ठीक है, हमें इसके साथ खेलना है, and we have to keep it back. So I think we were not spoiled in that way, and that has stayed with me till now. Like अगर मुझे कुछ बाय करना है तो आई वुड रादर अर्न इट, कि ठीक है, इट्स नॉट लाइक कि आई एम लाइक स्पेंडिंग मोर देन आई शुड. ठीक है, आई हैव मंथली फंड सॉर्ट ऑफ अ थिंग विच आई कीप फॉर माई luxurious life. It's not like कि आई एम splurging a lot of money.
I'm sure your mother taught you well. That's why these are the things that you learn, and you're going to apply the same with your child. So, any tips that you learned from your mother in terms of money, how she used to save money, and that is something that you are doing too?
So she's basically an account student, so very calculative, very good with maths, very good with numbers. That is something I could not imbibe. But I have seen her, you know, manage the finances when when the salary of my parents was very low, to when now they have a decent living style, right? So one thing I've learned from her is that, you know, a house becomes a home when there is love and affection and not money. So here I want to also share one thing ki my father, just to manage the finances well, he wanted to give tuitions. Okay, when I was very young, he wanted to give tuitions to other kids so that they could have some extra source of income. But it was my mother who played a very important role at that time, because money was another thing. To her, him spending time with me was more important than, you know, earning that extra money. So I think the role of a mother, a housemaker, is very important there, क्योंकि husbands और, you know, fathers पे ये वाला pressure होता है कि we are the sole breadwinner of the family. So they have to be relieved of that pressure. And she was also contributing to the household. She was working. She was a teacher. Right? So they always taught us that, you know, love, relationships, togetherness is more important than money. So that is what I want Pranya also to learn. Money is important. It fulfills your luxuries. It fulfills your desires. But those memories I have could never have been replaced with a fancy bottle or a fancy you know, bag which I could have got.
I can totally relate with this. I think our parents taught us a lot, and that is something we want to share with our kids so that they are on the right track. All right, thank you so much. I think today we learned a lot about money, about relationship, about education. And since you are a mom who is doing her own thing, who is also a business owner, who is also a content writer, any tips for a woman who wants to do it all just like you?
I would say invest in the right relationships. Invest in the right people around, and be okay to saying a no. Right? Because we are conditioned to think and, you know, to behave in a certain way as women, and ambitiousness should be seen as a positive trait, just like we see in men. It should be appreciated. Right? Being aggressive, being bold, being outspoken is important, because we are living in a world where patriarchy has dominated for a long time, right? So we need to stand up for ourselves, and we need to be able to raise our voices against something we don't want to do. Because आप अच्छी बहू, आप अच्छी वाइफ, आप अच्छी डॉटर, आप अच्छी बेटी तभी बन सकते हो once, you know, you are happy doing what you want to. If you are sacrificing yourself to, making everyone happy, that is never going to happen, because the world has something to say about you no matter what you are.
Got questions about managing finances for your kids? Drop them in the comments below. You might hear them answered in our next episode.